You know, it's interesting because when you look at the Cavs and the Pacers, something that we saw last year, this was a sweep, and it was, I don't know if it was the most in NBA, it was one of the closest in total point differential of any sweep we've ever seen in the history of the league, because every time it seemed to be going down to the last second. Nobody would have thought that these two would play for you could do a 1-hour show on why. I mean, Paul George being out, well, there's no way Indiana's going to be there. What do you mean Cleveland's going to be a 4 seed? Right. So here we are. Let's go to, first of all, the Cavaliers side. How ready, based on what you saw, Griff, the last 3 weeks, is this new group for a postseason run?
You know, I'm not sure, and I don't know that they are either. Indiana is a very difficult place for them to play. I believe Cleveland's lost 5 of the last 7 in Indy. It's always been a place that, for whatever reason, it's a weird energy in the building. LeBron has never been terribly comfortable there in the time since he came back. So this is a matchup that, for Cleveland, I'm not sure they know what to expect, both of the matchup and of the group they have, because they've got several kids that they're going to be counting on that have never been in a playoff situation. Kevin Love being out for as long as he was certainly highlighted how incredibly essential he is to LeBron's ability to make another finals run. Without Kevin, they had no ability to space the court and take advantage of the full bandwidth of LeBron. But those kids that they brought over in the trade made them far more athletic. They made them far more versatile defensively. They also made them younger and less experienced. Right. So they don't know what it looks like yet. So if I'm Indiana, I'm looking at this as I need to jump on these guys as early as possible, make them as uncomfortable as possible, and hope that it continues to snowball in the right direction. And every other team's going to want to make sure that they get Cleveland earlier as well, because the more comfort level you let LeBron have with those pieces, the more difficult it's going to be to beat him.
In the way we've seen LeBron play this year, Griff and Casey, you say to yourself, this LeBron, even though these new guys have come on,
right?
Like, you can see LeBron averaging 38.
Oh, sure.
15 rebounds.
He knows he has to.
He has to, right?
You can see him needing to.
Right.
Yeah.
So now, as much as and I was telling a couple of friends already, I said, this experience thing is starting to really irk me a little bit. It's like sometimes, are we giving this experience thing too much? Because if LeBron is being LeBron, and it's in the fourth quarter, and he gets double teamed, and you mean to tell me Jordan Clarkson, are you going to all of a sudden get scared? Rodney Hood, are you going to get scared to make this shot that LeBron's been telling you since you come on the team that, hey, be ready to shoot? I go all the way back when Michael Jordan said, Steve Kerr in the huddle, be ready to shoot. I'm going to pass you the ball. I got to believe these young guys are going to be like, you going to pass me the ball, LeBron? I'm ready to shoot this bad boy. I've been dying to be on the team to make this shot. So I'm thinking confidence is going to take over versus lack of experience, because LeBron James is going to put that thing right here on you. Only thing you got to do is lace it up and let it fly.
Let me ask you one quick one before we go Celtics-Bucks. When you look from an Indiana standpoint, everyone looks at Oladipo. He's been fantastic. Clearly, that's going to be where Cleveland is going to look in terms of you control him or even contain him a little bit, you can win. But I look to the two guys that are in the middle, in Miles Turner and Sabonis, who both have been huge improvements. People don't watch this team a lot, I don't think, to realize, Griff, how big those two guys have been. Can they pose a problem for, look, an inconsistent Thompson, Love, who you can't have really get in foul trouble, need to keep him on the offensive side? Larry Nance Jr. has never been here before. Can those two guys pose a problem for Cleveland defensively?
Well, Indiana really took it to another level this year when Miles Turner was healthy and came back. He was playing very, very well for them and was really causing problems because he can both shoot facing and block shots, which is very much what this new NBA needs a big man to be able to do. So he's ideally suited for playing with a ball-dominant play creator like Oladipo. So the fit of those pieces, you give the ball to a guy like Sabonis, who's an exceptional decision maker. He's always going to be in the right place defensively. He can be a guy who seals and boxes out while Miles can fly to the ball. They pair well at times together as well. So it's a fascinating thing to me to think about the different situations Nate McMillan can create with his roster because of those big guys, and because Cleveland has given up a great deal of scoring in the paint all year long. You know, this team has not been sound defensively yet for a very long period of time. So if you're Indy, you have to feel like there are some things you can exploit, and I think you're right. I think a big part of it will be those guys.